Shalom, Koholo, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. And Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word, truth and in sincerity, the hopeful light tabernacle of David. All right, so this lesson, I'm going to keep it really quick and short, and Lord willing, it'd be edifying to the elect. All right. And like yesterday's camp, right, this is where we should be. We should be doing this. The work has switched to where we're at this moment. Where are we at? Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Where are we? We're looking at the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. What is the hour of temptation? When they start forcing that C hip. Okay? Now, that's all. That's the only precept I'm going to get right there. All right? At the back end of this very quick lesson, we'll get the consequences for taking the C hip. How do we know it's the C hip? Well, let's figure it out. All right? This is a video channel called God a Minute. Okay? This is 3 weeks ago, and the title is C Hipping Goal 2026 question. Klaus Q-Tip 2016 interview. So this goes back to 2016. What is this guy who is the face of the WEF, who is in session right now? They're in their 2023 session. Okay? And after the session comes to a close, right, in Davos, what happens? People are sent to their respective countries with their marching orders, and they implement whatever it is that the agenda was about. All right? So let's listen to the face of the WEF and figure out, okay, by putting the pieces of the puzzle together, what this MOT to the B is. Okay? And it's easy peasy, okay? Which would probably be the name of this video. It's easy peasy, unless you have an agenda, unless you are a New York agent, a New York investigator, getting paid, right, to lead people astray. So let's watch this. All right, now this is Edomite gonna come out, but strange thing, this Edomite is breaking it down correctly, and he's bringing forth this information. Now we know that the Most High is going to pour out His Spirit upon all flesh, and you're going to get things like this, even Edomites, which we don't even know. This guy might be a Jake, right, going down deep, but I don't think so. He could be an Edomite bringing forth this information. This information is vital. So step one, 2016 Q-tip, Klaus Q-tip. All right. It's the end of the world as we know it. Now that song, real quick, is a song by REM, the band REM, right? And it's called "It's the End of the World as We Know It," right? And I always bring out the lyrics. That's great. It starts with an earthquake. That earthquake are the nuclear missiles. And that song speaks of the nuclear missiles. The first words are, "That's great." It starts with an earthquake. All right, what's great? Babylon the Great. What earthquake? The earthquake that happens in Babylon the Great. The end of the world as we know it. Anyway. And I feel fine. And I feel fine.
Let's get out of here. Aye. Hey guys, I'm in a library. I should be kind of quiet, it's library season, but there's a video I'll link here. This is an interview of Klaus Schwab from 2016. basically saying that he wants to chip everybody by 2026, essentially, because he says in the next 10 years. So I'm just going to read it in English right now, and then I'll link it right after this video. So he's asking Klaus Schwab, when will this chipping be? He says, certainly in the next 10 years. And at first we will implement them in our clothes. And the next line says, and then we could imagine that we will implant them on our brains or in our skin. Next line says, and in the end, maybe there will be a direct communication between our brain and the digital world. Yikes. So that, again, this interview was in 2016, and he said basically within 10 years. And then he says, what we see is a kind of fusion of the physical, digital, and biological world. We're all familiar with Revelation 13, and 2026 is a very interesting deadline, as I think that is potentially the mid.
Now, how can this guy be so right and Bishop Nate be so wrong? Okay, and is this an Edomite? We don't even know. Could be an Edomite, could be an Israelite. This dude is right. Bishop Nate is ass wrong. Okay, so is he leading the sheep astray for filthy lucre? I mean, that could only, you have to ask that question. All right, carry on.
That trip. So we will see. This is very interesting. So I'll link the video. Time to get tight with Christ, folks. As you know, please share and tell me what you guys think about this. I think
now they're going to go into the actual video. He's going to be speaking in whatever, Austrian, German, whatever. But they'll have the captions showing you exactly what he said. We're going to analyze it.
This is a very clear indication that we are super close.
Very clear indication that we are super close to what? The hour of temptation. That's what the hour of temptation is. This dude is all on it. But I'm going to find that video. We in June. I'm going to find it.
To leaving. Go Jesus, go. Yeah. And thank you to User Grateful for sharing this video, which was from the YouTube channel. The Great Day of the Lord. They posted it there. So thank you as well for posting it. Go Team Jesus.
Aujourd'hui, au bout de...
What does this say? Today, at the end of this, we are talking about C-hips that can be implanted. There it is. What's the subject matter? Ain't no C-hips. But this guy, right, the face of the WEF in January 10th, 2016, what's he talking about? Okay, this is step one, okay, of putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
On parle de plus qu'on pourra s'implanter, ce sera quand ça?
When will that be?
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir.
This is 2016, so between then and 2026, right? Well, this is 2023. The devil hath but a short time.
Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer
then
qu'on
in
les
our brains, Neuralink, and then RFID, which is just for dogs, Nate, right? It's a tracking device to go find your dog, right? What is it? You niggas better get up out of, stop following niggas into the ditch.
Dans nos cerveaux ou dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a...
And in the end, right, the end game, there will be a direct communication between our brain and the digital world.
Communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital. Ce que nous voyons, c'est une sorte de fusion du monde physique.
What we see is a kind of fusion of the physical, digital, and biological world. He's saying it himself. Oh no, but it's an embargo. It's sin. It's sleeping with white women. Come on now. Come on. Playtime is over.
Digital et biologique.
On appelle quelqu'un,
Okay, so, and then they go into the devil, the Edomite, and that could be, when you understand that Israel is as the sand of the sea, right? Is that going to be all so-called black people? Don't be stupid, all right? We're scattered into every nation on the face of the earth, all right? So did you see that? Did you see this? Here's the point. What is this guy saying? What did he just say? All right, in 2016. Okay, now we're going to go to 2022 and get his protege, Pippa. Let's get Pippa. All right, here's Pippa right here. I'm going to quickly listen to Pippa Malmgren. All right, let's get this. This is 9 months ago, last year. High Corruption Channel, World Government Summit. What? What does this say? World Government Summit, what? 2022. This is last year's Davos. All right. Now, Davos is going on right now. 2023 Davos is going on right now as we speak. Okay. Now, what happens after the Davos meeting? All the countries that are there, they get their marching orders, they go back to their respective countries, and they implement the orders that they were given. All right, this is what happened last year. We're going to listen to Pippa break down where this thing is going, right? And you can only extrapolate that what's being said right now, right, is the hour of temptation. Okay, they're gonna start out slow, but how long? A month, 2 months before you don't have a choice? Listen.
Bit late for that. I remember talking to an Australian diplomat at one point about this break between the US and China and said, you know, both sides are going to say, whose team are you on? And he said, our job is to make sure the question never arises. But the question has arisen. And so I think we have to go deeper. And it's not about the US versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is.
What underpins what? We're talking about the NWO. Okay? And she's going to say the NWO needs a new monetary system. Okay? Dealing with buying and selling. Okay? What is this? Schwab in the last video we just watched, he spoke on Davos. Okay? Or it was a different video, but Schwab is here, whether you see him or not. He's at the summit. Okay? Trust and believe.
A world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged.
I got to roll that back. World order financial system.
China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and
money, buying and selling. Okay? She's telling you where it's going.
to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
A new world order, a new system of laws, right? Written around what? The financial system. And how do you do that? How do you monitor that? Klaus told you in the last video. Okay? She's not going to say that, but if you extrapolate, okay, Put two and two together.
In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well.
All right, there you go. Okay, that was Davos last year. Okay, all right, it should be pretty simple. Okay, what did Klaus say? Klaus is her senior. All right, if you don't understand what you're looking at when you see the WEF, this is Davos is a WEF meeting. Let's get that. See, sometimes you gotta spell shit out for niggas. Just spell it out. Davos, Switzerland. I used to live in Switzerland, by the way. Okay, this WEF, World Economic Forum annual meeting, 16th through the 20th. What's today? Today is the 15th, yeah? 16th? Today's the 16th. Today is the first day of the World Economic Forum annual meeting in 2023. Today. It commences today. It wraps up on the 20th. Okay? So after it ends, we should be able to see a jump in the push for the C-hip. Okay? Let's read this description. At the opening ceremony of the WEF annual meeting 2023, meet the winners of the 28th Annual Crystal Awards. This year's awardees are 4 exceptional cultural leaders who are being honored for their work to promote environmental conservation, food security, climate change, mental health, and education. Da 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 da. Look at this. This is what Davos is. What is Davos? The World Economic Forum annual meeting. What did I type in? Davos. Okay. What is Davos? Is a city in Switzerland. Davos, Switzerland. Okay. What is Davos meeting about? The WEF. Who is the face of the WEF? Klaus Schwab. What was Pippa Malmgren speaking on? Right here. What is Pippa?
A bit late for that. I remember talking to
Pippa Malmgren. What is she speaking on behalf of? World Government Summit. Give me a show more. Oh, I'm not saying nothing. This is the WEF meeting, the World Government Summit, Davos. This is Davos last year. Okay? Just because it doesn't say WEF, this is WEF. This is Davos last year. Got it? What are they talking about? A new monetary system, digital, blockchain. What did Klaus say 4 years earlier in 2016? Which is now what? 7 years? How many? 4 and 3. 6, 7 years? All right. Now where do we go? Okay. You should already understand what's going on. Let's go right here to, is it Dabu? Let's see. 7 days. Might be 777. Yeah. And then we'll end. All right. It should be pretty straightforward. Unless you just, the Most High got an angel sitting next to you and you don't have a damn chance. Okay, let's go here.
Lightsabers are finally a
Salakia. Dabu 77. Okay. A new system. Okay. She just said it. A new system is coming. That was last year. Okay. Is coming. What does this say? Klaus Q-Tip misses first day of what? WEF. Soros tweets he won't attend. Uh-oh. Are they in straits already? All right, so let's listen to this. This is an hour ago. This is what's going on in Switzerland right now at the WEF annual meeting, right? In Davos, Switzerland. Take it away, Dabu.
This is Dabu 7. Information flowing out of Davos now in regards to the agendas that they are talking about inside of this big meeting. We're getting word that Klaus Schwab was not able to make it on the first day of this event. George Soros tweeting out that because of a scheduling conflict, he was not going to be able to make it. But everyone else seems to have arrived, and the show is going on, and they are talking about some interesting things. Now, as we're getting this info, it seems that this is all tied into a new system. Everything that they speak on, their top 5 bullet points, have to do with this new system. And it seems that collectively, the people out here have been doing a good job in terms of barking back, and they've seen this because they've stopped using a lot of their verbiage. Build back better. It's not mentioned once. The Great Reset, not mentioned once. Because people are speaking on this more and more and shedding light on the truth of what is happening. All of the world's richest minions gathering at these meetings to try to talk about and discuss what they're going to do to shape the world from there. In the last video I put out, it was Klaus Schwab himself telling everyone, looking right in the camera, we're shutting the lights out. It's coming. A cyber attack is coming. Is anyone going to prepare for it? I hope you do, because they have to telegraph what they're doing next. So, in the talk of this new system, know that when they bring this up, they want to address the current energy and food crisis in context of a new system. Addressing the current high inflation and high debt in context of a new system. Addressing the current industry headwinds in context of a new system.
She spoke on the new system. I'm going to show you again. She spoke on it last year. She used the words new system.
Addressing the current social vulnerabilities in context of a new system. And addressing the current geopolitical risks in context of a new system. So that is the theme here. And I think they're trying to use basic terminology instead of big words or scary words. They're just trying to use something simple, hoping that it doesn't catch or stick and people don't share it and talk about it like they have the rest of the information.
Like
but
we're
I don't think
right
so.
now.
We're going to keep talking about this. We're going to keep airing it out. We're going to keep exposing their agendas because that's what we do until they're gone. Join me for the live stream.
Okay, so everybody's going to keep showing it except for Nate, except for IUIC. All right, a new system is coming, right? Let's go back to Pippa. Where's that? Look at this. Get ready. Lights out. Get ready for lights out. Okay, go watch that 2 days ago. Who's that? WEF. Wake up. All right. What is lights out? That's how they're going to bring this thing in, the new monetary system. They're going to shut the lights down, starve a motherfucker out for a minute, right? And when you get good and hungry and desperate, they can say, okay, come over here. I got this C-hip for you. Okay. Let's listen to Pippa one more time. Salak. Okay, hold on. Let me go get her. Okay. Watch her say new system.
I remember talking to an Australian diplomat at one point about this break between the US and China and said, you know, both sides are going to say, whose team are you on? And he said, our job is to make sure the question never arises. But the question has arisen. And so I think we have to go deeper. And it's not about the US versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in 71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
We're about to abandon the traditional system and introduce a what one? New system. Okay? Put the words together. She said it backwards, but put it together. All right?
Accounting and introduce a new one.
Salakia, one more time. Listen what she said.
The traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
A new system. What new system? Go back to Klaus. What was he talking about? The C hip. That's the new one. That's what they're talking about right now. All right? And this meeting, all right, is not new.
And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy.
The C hip
Will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
See these doubles? All right, so that should be enough of that. I mean, we could go back and show you the light. Lights Out is going to introduce this thing. Okay, this new system. Okay, so let's get this. We'll get a couple and then we'll leave. Let's get some and show you that this meeting is nothing new. Here's the meeting. Psalm 83. Start at 2. For lo, thine enemy, whose enemies? The Most High. God has enemies. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. These people hate the Most High. Okay? What people? What do you mean? Let me see. Where did we go? Where was it? It was Salakia. I'm kind of throwing off the continuity right now, but it's necessary. Where did we go with it? I think it was right here. Let me see. Was it Dabu? I wanted to show that again. Those flags. Let me see. Is it here? Maybe not. That's pretty straightforward. Where did I see those flags? Probably not going to find them. Oh, wait. Was it over here? There we go. Got to get a visual. You see this? You see this right here? Now we go to Psalm. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. That's what this is. They have come together and sat down at a table and did what? Made up a plan. Why the C hip? Okay? Why did they need to put a C hip in everybody? Right? Everybody, like they shot everybody. They put out a worldwide decree. Everybody has to take drink this Capri Sun, right? That was the precursor to this C hip. Why everybody? Because the white boy, right? This guy, where is he? Where'd he go? European, got a minute. This guy. The reason that they have to get everybody, look at this guy. What is he doing? He's correctly breaking down the C-hip.
Says in the next 10 years. So I'm just going to read.
This guy could be an Israelite. They got to put a C-hip in everybody because that dude, looking like an Edomite, he could be an Israelite. That's why they have to get everybody. Right? Speckled bird. What about the, oh, well, Israel is just black. Well, round up all the niggas and shoot them dead. Did you get rid of the problem? No, you didn't, dummy. You understand? That dude could be an Israelite. And the lineage carries on. And these devils, they know that. They know about Eminem. Okay? They know about Elvis Aaron Presley. That's a nigga looking like us. We got to put that C-hip in him to ensure, just to be careful, we got to get them all. You understand? That's what's going on here. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden one. This is what they're doing right now in Davos. All these people are coming here. Guess what? Guess who's not in here? Who doesn't have a seat at the table? The 12 tribes don't. This is crafty counsel against thy hidden ones. Right there. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. That's what this is. They're doing it right now. So these prophecies, right? This has already happened, but it's happened. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? And what do they want to do? Wait, listen. Who's at the head of the table? Klaus. He's the face, but Amalek and Edom. All right? And what do they want? What does Edom want? 41. Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Here's what they're sitting down discussing. We got to get a C-hip in everybody's head. Why? Why? Because here's the consequences. They got to sneak attack you. They got to be sneaky on your ass. Right? Let me get 13 first. He didn't bring it up. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. Isn't that what Klaus just said? And that no man might buy or sell save that he had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Isn't that what Klaus just said? It is. Revelation 16 and 1, and we'll end it on this. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. This is what you don't want to catch, the wrath of the Most High. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the charagma, the MOT to the B, and upon them which worshipped his image. There's your right? There's the punishment in the presence of Revelation 14 and 10. Let me look at 13 real quick. All right. Harvest of the earth. Revelation 14 and 10. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Salakia, hold on. In the presence, what? What did I miss? Oh, here we go. Salakia. These are the punishments. All right, Salakia. Went down too far. Revelation 14 and 9. The third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, here's what we're talking about. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, there's that wrath, the grievous sore, of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's the punishment for taking that sea hip. That's why this devil, right? Not him, but Klaus, this devil, is trying to get you. Is trying to get everybody, just in case you're Israelite looking like that, right? He got to get everybody so that you can be tormented. What is it? So that you can drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's what his plan is. Okay? And why? That's the missiles hitting, right? And if you're in them missiles and you die because you got that sea hit, he's going to be in his underground bunker, chilling, ready to come out and try to start this thing all over again. A la Charles Manson. Oh, I'm going to be down in a pit, and then when I come out, they're going to need me, right? We'll get into that later. Anyway, we hope that the elect were edified. You brothers and few sisters, with that, we can say shalom. Don't take the sea hip. They're about to push it hard. The hour of temptation is coming very quick, all right? Keep your eyes open. Shalom.